it.
Of course.
Can you do your usual walking in and cheersing?
Yeah.
No, I want to see Steve struggle with his hip getting into the.
I know.
From close up. Hey,
Hey, how's it going? Yeah. There we go.
It's not that bad. Come on, old timer. See what all this health and fitness does for you. Cheers.
Cheers. Where's your cup? Normal one?
What, my grammatically correct one?
Yeah.
Can I just say I didn't wash it last night and it's dirty now, so I've got to use this one.
It's normally me that gets told off for not
I know,
cleaning
but
up.
those are egg cups though. Those are the ultimate of dirty cups.
Yeah, I've got one in my room right now.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you know? And you know what? Someone very close to us is precious about these express cups. You'll get in trouble.
I know.
And she's just heard it.
Oops, I'll put it straight in the kitchen
And leave it there for.
and leave it there for 2 days.
Nice one. So, how's your holes?
It's good, yeah, nice. The only thing is, I've only been away twice this year, unlike some of us when we're in our 50th year. And both holidays, we've been to places that were typically hot, Tenerife and Mallorca, and both times the weather was comparable to the UK. So how about that for good value for money?
So basically, bugger off. Imagine that. You go and work abroad and we won't need to go abroad.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it was very nice. Some nice, pleasant weather, time with the family. Didn't take the laptop this time.
Well done.
I did have my emails on there, but it keeps the missus happy, doesn't it?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
What keeps the missus happy? You working?
You know what they're like.
What's in your inbox? What have you noticed?
A lot of emails, most of them are junk. But no, I was catching up on some news before, and I thought this was quite interesting because we whinge, don't we, about the housing market not building enough houses, and it's very factually correct. But the general public might not be aware of a few things that are going on behind the scenes. This mortgage guarantee scheme, this permanent mortgage guarantee scheme that's come into force this month, the government will support lenders when they're lending above a certain loan to value.
Yeah.
So it's to encourage them to lend at 95%, which is what we need really for first time buyers.
Absolutely, yeah.
It takes on average 7.5 years for first time buyers to save up 10% deposit on average.
Gosh.
So 5% deposit, I mean, a lot of people can scrape that from mum and dad down the back of the sofa, whatever. So it is easier to get. But also we're seeing that this loan to income thing, I don't know if you remember the stat, but apparently 15% of what lenders lend can be above 4.49 times income.
Yeah.
Only 15% of their book. Well, that's been reviewed at the moment. So that 15% has been taken away. For instance, Nationwide, 6 times income, Accord, 5.5 times income. And you don't need to be on 100 grand a year for this.
No.
Because that was the misconception with a few people that, you know, you need to be a bigger earner. No, I think it's 30 grand for Nationwide.
Yeah,
so
because it's the people down that end of the earning scale that really need the help.
how many first-time buyers are on 100 grand a year? So you do need people to be, I mean, the minimum wage now is what, 25? We're not like much above that, but you do need that 20 odd, 30 odd grand a year kind of salary to, hello, it's all right, to get the help for the 95%. So yeah, quite interesting read there.
I can hear the generations of maybe ours, but certainly the ones above us going, 5.5, 6 times income, that's ridiculous, 3 in my days, that's not affordable. But interest rates are a lot lower than what they were used to.
Yeah.
Mortgages now can go to 35, 40 years instead of stuck at 25 years and things like that. So the payments are still a lot lower, and therefore it's not a case of putting people into things they can't afford. It's adapting and setting it up in a way that is still affordable but gets them on the housing ladder, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we are in an interest rate declining market, aren't we? You know, we all know interest rates, they've come down 1% or so since last year.
Yeah.
They're due to head down a little bit further, so that all helps with affordability.
I was just looking at that over the last day or two because obviously we've had unexpected higher inflation, which will suggest rates won't come down. Then there's a job market report which suggests that they will, and growth lower than expected, so it suggests that they will come down. It's like where are things at? And actually just looking at some of the the markets today, say, there's definitely pricing in of a rate cut in August still, despite inflation, peaking up a little bit. So most people are still expecting August a rate cut and one more towards the end of the year. It's all good, isn't it, for people and affordability?
And I think as well, this hike in inflation, it's temporary. It's not going to stay. It's not sticking at that level.
That's what they're banking on.
Yeah, it's due to come down again next spring. So
I suppose we should have a bit of a shout out to a few lenders though, because we're talking there about new lending at higher rates and lower deposits, but you've got the likes of Skipton and Family Building Society and a few others who have actually done £5,000 deposit mortgages, no matter what the purchase price, and also 100% mortgages if it's maybe supported by family members and things like that.
Yeah.
Or the 100% mortgages if you've rented and you can prove that you can make these payments. Big shout out to those lenders who've been doing that for a while now, but it's good to see that the broader market is now supporting it, because the more competition for that type of product, like anything else in life, price is going to come down in the cost of borrowing.
Yeah, and how many times, like when we've been walking around, Hannah, how many little plots of building sites are we seeing now? Like not just in the town centres like here where we are in Wigan, but when you go out into the countryside, suddenly there's these little plots that have been opened up, and there might just be a 10-unit scheme or a 30-unit scheme, and that'll be all over the country. So like the combination of that with these higher loan-to-value mortgages being available, and other schemes like the incentive scheme from the government, it's all pushing towards let's help that market at the first-time buyer end. And
I don't think they're going to build $1.5 million though.
No.
We've literally not got the labour to do it.
They're trying.
Good luck to first-time buyers. I've said in previous episodes, they're my favourite customer because I think they're the ones who need the help the most. It's always good to see people get property and invest in property and move houses, but do like a little first-time buyer story of people getting the first keys to the door.
Can you remember your first-time buyer experience?
I certainly can, yeah.
I can remember mine pretty well.
Yeah.
It's, at the time, it feels like, oh my gosh, how am I going to be able to afford this? Back then, it was probably 3.5 times income, wasn't it? But it felt like so unaffordable. I remember thinking, this is filled with trepidation,
Go on, first purchase price.
First purchase price was, let me get the number right, it was 90,000 with a 5% builder's gifted deposit, so 4.5, and I managed to get a 95% mortgage, so effectively it was like 100% at the time.
66,500.
Wow, but you are an older though, so that was like years before.
I'm like less than a year older. Less than a year. I just bartered better than you. I think that's what it is.
Good BMV deal.
Yeah, absolutely it was. I think it was 72.5 they were asking, and I got them down to 66.5, and market was pretty good at the time, so I was chuffed with that.
Fair play, yeah.
Anyway, there we go. We are old. Your hip's old, my ankle's old. We can still remember our first purchases just.
Can you believe I'm researching stem cell therapy? That's how old I am.
I can believe anything about you and health. Well, on that note, I think we better bugger off. Go on, let me watch you get up again.
Where's that WD-40?